Let's now solve got it for. What is the exact value of each expression? Use the half angle identities. Sine of 150. Now, let's say that sine of 150 means sine of 300 over 2. So this is my A, and this is A over 2. Now, the formula for sines says that positive or negative square root of 1 minus cosine of A over 2. So it will be positive, negative square root 1 minus cosine of A. Where is A? This is A. 300 over 2. Now what did I need? I need to find cosine 300. How? I will use the unit circle. In order to draw 300, we say that if this is 270, it will be here. So this is the angle here of 300. In order to find its cosine and sine, I will say that it says rotate from the x-axis with negative 60. So it means I will use the cosine and sine of 60, which they are cosine of 60, square root of 3. No, half, sorry. And sine square root of 3 over 2. Then, since I am in a quadrant 4, so the cosine is positive and the sine is negative. Now, what did I need? I need cosine 300. So cosine 300 is half. So it will be positive or negative square root of 1 minus cosine of 300 is half over 2. Then 1 minus half is half over 2. And then how I will find the answer? Here it is. I will distribute square root on each part, and it means it will be half over square root of 2. Then here it means like half divided by square root of 2, or it is half multiplied by 1 over square root of 2. Now then, I will distribute the square root on each part here, like this. Then square root of 2 times square root of 2 is 2, and 1 times 1 is 1. Now, the last thing here, that is positive or negative, I want to decide. Now, I will look at 150. Where is 150? In which quadrant it lies? It's in quadrant 2.
2.
And since I am in quadrant 2, so my sign is positive. So I will say positive half. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, other one. Tan 150. Now, tan 150 is tan of 300 over 2. So this is my A, and this is over 2. Now the formula is positive or negative square root of 1. Let's sine over cosine. So 1 minus cosine of A over 1 plus cosine of A. Now we know that cosine of 300, so we found it before, it is half. So it's 1 minus half over 1 plus half. 1 minus half is half. And 1 plus half is 3 over 2. 2 cancel 2. So what did we have now? We have a square root of 1 over square root of 3, which means 1 over square root of 3. Now then, I didn't finish. I know that it is 1 over square root of 3. But I need to find now, is it positive or negative? How? You will ask yourself, where is 150? In which quadrant?
It's in quadrant 2.
Quadrant 2. And in quadrant 2, the term is negative. So I will say negative 1 over square root of 3. Do you have any question?
No.
Okay. Now here.
Teacher,
Yes.
if you go back to the last one you did, why does 2 cancel 2?
Here they are like, wait. Just a second, please. Where's my pencil? Okay. Here, it is square root of 3 over 2 x or half over 3 over 2. Wait.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
1 over 2 and 3 over 2. So they are like 1 over 2 divided by 3 over 2 or by 3 over 2, يعني half times 2 over 3. 2 cancel 2, so it will be third under the square root.
Yeah, thank you.
Now here, problem number 5, using a half angle identity. Now focus with me here. If you know that sine of theta is negative 24 over 25. Sine of any angle is negative 24 over 25. And this angle is between 180 and 270, which means it's in quadrant 3. What did I want now? I want now to find sine of theta over 2. So I have this angle. I need to find sine of theta over 2. Now, sine of theta over 2 will be 1, or positive or negative, 1 minus cosine of theta over 2. Like, okay, positive, negative, square root. But what did I need? I need cosine of theta. And I don't have it. I have sine of it. So how can I find cosine of theta? By Pythagorean identities. That cosine squared of theta plus sine squared of theta is 1. So since I have sine, I can find the cosine. So sine is negative. It is from the question, negative 24 over 25 squared plus cosine squared is unknown equals 1. So 1 minus negative 24 over 25 squared is cosine theta squared. Then 24 over 25 squared. So 1 minus this answer. Yeah, wait. Will be, so cosine of theta is 49 squared. Is 49 over 625. Do you know what I did here? I squared 24 over 25. Then the answer I subtract from 1. I get 49 over 625. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then under the square root, so cosine of theta will be, what is the square root of 49? It's 7. And the square root of 625, it's 20.
25.
So I found now cosine of theta by Pythagorean identities. After I found it now, I will substitute it here. In order to find sine of theta over 2. So 1 minus 7 over 25, it is like when I make them the same denominator, so it will be 25 minus 25. So 25 minus 7, 18 over 25 over 2. So they are square root of 18 over square root of 25 divided by square root of 2. Then square root of 18 over square root of 25, which is 5, times 1 over square root of 2. Then you need to simplify this radical. You remember as square root of 18 is square root of 9 times 2. Then you will distribute the radical such as square root of 9 times square root of 2. So it will be 3 square root of 2. So here I will replace square root of 18 with a 3 square root of 2. By now, is it clear?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Then after that, square root of 2. Sorry. Cancel square root of 2. So it will be 3 over 5. So sine of theta over 2 is 3 over 5. Now, but I didn't finish. I need to find if it is positive or negative. Now, look at me here. Here they told me that theta greater than 180, less than 270. But I told you, when you need to decide if it is positive or negative, you don't look at where the theta is lies. Where's theta over 2? But what did I have? I have theta. So what can I make? I will divide each part here by 2. So theta over 2 will be between angle 90 and 135 degrees. Then I will ask myself, 90 and 135, sorry. So in which quadrant?
That's in half of the second quadrant.
Yeah, it is in the second quadrant. Bravo. So it is here in the quadrant 2. And all of us know that in the quadrant 2, the sign is positive. So that means here, my answer must be positive. Is it clear?
Yes.
Do you have any question?
So teacher, we always find it for theta over 2, not for theta.
Yes. This is the point that's important. First, find where theta over 2 it lies. To solve this question here, you need to make 3 steps. First, use Pythagorean theorem in order to find cosine. Then use the half identity in order to find the answer. And third step, ask yourself where the theta is lies.
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
But we can't find theta exactly, right?
You mean angle theta? Sorry, but can you repeat your question?
Yeah, we can't find angle theta. We just find the range.
Yes, you can say sine inverse of 3 over 5, but you didn't need it. They ask you about sine of theta over 2.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now here now, given that sine of theta is negative 24 over 25. So from the previous question, we know that cosine of it will be 7 over 25. So since we used it before, we saw we have this step that is 7 over 25, it's cosine. Now what do I need? I need to find the solve A. I need to find cosine of theta over 2. Now cosine of theta over 2 will be positive or negative 1 plus cosine of theta over 2. So it's positive or negative 1 plus cosine of theta, which is 7 over 25 over 2. So here we can write 1 as 25 over 25. Then 25 plus 7 is 32 over 25 over 2. So they are like square root of 32 over 5 times, divide first, square root of 2. So it's a square root of 32 over 5 times 1 over square root of 2. And what do I need? I need to simplify 32. Now 32, as you know, it is 16 times 2. So under the square root, it will be 4 square root of 2. Then cancel each other. So I have the answer as 4 over 5. What is this? This is cosine of theta over 2, which is 4 over 5. This is the second step. The first step, find cosine. Second step, find cosine of A over 2. Now the third step, I want to decide where's my angle lies. How? I will say that my angle from the question, my angle is between 180 and between 270. But as I told you, I need theta over 2. So I will need to divide each number here by 2. So where's my angle will be? It will be between 90 and 135. Now, so I am, as we said before, I am in the quadrant 2. I am in the quadrant 2. So is the cosine positive or negative?
The cosine in quadrant 2 is negative.
Negative. So the
Are we
answer will be
quadrant 2 or in quadrant 3?
between 90 and 135.
Ah, okay. I was looking at 180 and 270. We divided
by 2. Aywa. So now I am in the quadrant 2. So in the quadrant 2, as we know, the cosine is negative. So the answer will be negative 4 over 5. Do you have any question?
For me, no.
No, teacher, thank you.
No, thank you.
Now, here. Given that cosine of theta is 3 over 5, and this angle is between 270 and 360, find the exact value of each expression. Let's solve now number 41. Sine of 2 theta. Now, who can tell me what is the double angle identity for sine?
It is 2 sine theta multiplied by cosine theta.
Bravo. 2 cosine times sine. So here, what did I need? I need to say 2. Now, what did I have? I have cosine. It's 3 over 5. And if I have the cosine, but here I need the cosine and sine. So I will use the Pythagorean theorem. That cosine 3 over 5 squared plus sine of theta is 1. So 9 over 25 plus sine of theta will be 1, sine squared, sorry. So sine of theta will be square root of 1 minus 9 over 25, which is the square root of 16 over 25, which is 4 over 5. So by Pythagorean theorem here, we can find that sine of the angle theta is 4 over 5. So I found now sine and cosine. I have them now. Let's come back. Now 2 cosine of the angle theta here means 3 over 5. And sine of theta means 4 over 5. So it is 3 times 4, 12 times 2, 24 over 25. So sine of 2 theta is 24 over 25. Now, here, since I'm saying that in order to find if it is positive or negative, here the theta is between 270 and 360. So I need now to double each part in order to find where 2 theta is lying. Let's see. Where's 2 theta it lies. So after this part here, you will find that, just a second, please, here. That the angle 2 theta is between 2 times 270, which is 540, and 720. In the unit circle here, after we find, let's start at 360, 450, 540, 720. No, just a second. Here it was 630 and 720. Now 2 theta will be here. So it's like the same, I mean like if you double the angle or no, you will get the same answer. So here in this quadrant 4, as we know, the cosine is positive and the sine is negative. So I will say it's negative 24 over 25. So here, if you want to find the sine or the tan or any one of 2 of the angle, of double of the angle, it doesn't need, sorry, to double the angle in order to which quadrant it lies. Use the angle as it is, and use this angle. Ask yourself that angle theta is between 270 and 360. So it must be in a quadrant 4. So because of that, its sign will be negative.
Only with double angle, but not with the half angle.
Aywa, bravo, that's it. If you use the double angle, look at theta. Because if you double it, you will get the same answer. But if you use the half angle, you must divide it by 2 in order now to say in which quadrant the angle is lies. So if double angle, you will use the angle, the given angle of the given domain here as it is. But if the half angle, you must divide the domain by 2. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Now what do you have after this period?
I think chemistry.
Is there a period? Or you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Because I want to take 5 minutes from that period. Type now. Type cosine number 42. Cosine of 2 theta will be one of the identities of yesterday. As an example, 1 minus 2, or let's say
Sine.
like
Sine
I've got 2 cosine squared minus 1. So it's 2. Now where's my cosine? It's 3 over 5 squared minus 1. So 3 squared is 9 over 25 times 2 minus 1. So that will be 18 over 25 minus 1. Then this one can be written as 25 over 25. So it will be negative 7 over 25. So what is the cosine here of 2 theta? Is negative 7 over 25. And if you ask yourself that since it is in quadrant, here it's 200, it's in quadrant 4, so the cosine must be positive here, but the answer is negative. So the answer will be negative now. Yes, keep it as negative. Since the answer here is negative 7 over 25, so keep it as negative. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher, thank you.
Still in quadrant 4.
Yeah, even in quadrant 4, keep it as the answer you find it. It is negative 7 over 25, keep it as negative.
Okay.
Now for this question, I will send you the answers, okay, in order to check your understanding. Now let's solve number 45. 45, sine of theta over 2. Now, as I told you, in order to solve them, you need 3 steps. The first one, find cosine. We have it, it's 3 over 5. So go to the next step. It's positive or negative. Square root of 1 minus cosine of theta over 2 means positive or negative. 1 minus cosine of theta, which is 3 over 5 over 2. So it will be positive or negative. 1, it can be written as 5 over 5. So it's 2 over 5 over 2. So it will be square root of 2 over square root of 5 divided by square root of 2. Sorry. So then it will be square root of 2 over square root of 5 times 1 over square root of 2. So you cancel them, you get the answer as 1 over square root of 5. So I did now the second step. Now the last one, you have to ask yourself, where's my angle lies? So how? You will go to the theta here. Now we know that, just a second, please. Angle theta is between 270 and 360. From where? From the question, from here. And now what did I need in order to find the double angle? Where is it lies? I need where's the theta over 2 lies. So I need to divide each angle by 2, or each part by 2. So theta over 2 is greater than 135, less than 180. So in which quadrant am I now?
In quadrant 2.
Quadrant 2, bravo. So in quadrant 2, is the sign positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive. So the answer here must be positive 1 over square root of 5. Or in order to simplify it, because the square root of 5, our square roots must be in radicals function, as you know before, it cannot be in the denominator. So it's supposed to be square root of 5 over 5. If you need to simplify it. Is it clear?
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Shall I solve another question, or is it enough?
No, teacher, it's enough. But teacher, why you simplify it again? Like you make it square root of 5 over 5.
Yeah, I think in chapter in just grade 8, there's a chapter in radicals at the first lesson. Since I teach now grade 8, you remember that the square root cannot be in the denominator. This is not the simplified one.
Yeah.
So you need to simplify it. How? By multiply it by square root over 5 over square root over 5. حتى its name is what do we call it?
Yeah, I think it's radicants or
I forget its name صراحة, بس إنه it will be square root of 5 over 5 over 5 in order to cancel the square root in the denominator.
okay, teacher, thank you.
This is called rationalizing the denominator, right?
أيوة, rationalizing the denominator, برافو, that's it. أنا حبيتها بالعربي بصراحة, بس no, okay, that's it. طيب, okay. Do you have any question?
No, thank you.
Yeah.
No,
Now, by now, we finished algebra 2. This is here just change your.
Finally.
Teacher, thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Sorry.
Congratulations and celebration when I tell everyone that you're in love with me. Congratulations and
Thank you so much. I don't want to waste your time. Thank you so much.
Teacher, thank you so much. That was so
Thank you.
sweet.
Oh, thank you so much. You changed my mood.
Yeah.